1889, the drafters of the North Dakota Constitution ratified Prohibition. By a mere 1,100 votes, the amendment passed. Prohibition is the constitutional ban on the production, importation, transportation, and sale of alcohol. This ban was one that many Germans in North Dakota resented quite strongly. For Germans, alcohol was a way of life, and no law against it was going to stop them from consuming alcohol. Illegal taverns, nicknamed blind pigs, served alcohol to the alcohol-dependent Germans. Additionally, North Dakota saw the increase of rum running across the borders from Canada, where alcohol was legal. Gunfights between police and rum runners are documented all across the state of North Dakota, even in cities like Mapleton and Wyndmere in the 1930s. With such destructive consequences, Prohibition was repealed in 1932 by a landslide, over 35,000 votes. However, that was nowhere near the end of the alcohol controversy in North Dakota. Soon after the repeal, women's Christian temperance movements continued to fight against what they saw as the detrimental consequences caused by drinking. According to a survey conducted among 157 people aged 16 and older, over 50% of people have been affected by alcoholism in their life. People of all ages can be affected by alcoholism. According to survey takers, the ages of alcoholics range from under 20 to older than 61. In the life of an alcoholic, the drinking takes more importance than personal relationships.
My name's Katie Kringstead, and I work here at First Lutheran Church as their parish nurse. My relation to alcoholism is that I am an alcoholic, and I have been sober since the 1st of July 2007, so it's been over 9 years. Personality-wise, I've always been kind of a shy person, and kind of always worrying about saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing, or kind of more of an anxious type personality, so I wasn't in the cool group or the popular group, or and I kind of always felt like something was missing, or I didn't really like myself. And so I think it was probably my junior year in high school was the first time that I drank, and I knew right away that that was what I had been missing. Obviously, logically, I wanted to avoid feeling that way. I wanted to be able to sleep, not be anxious, not have horrible nightmares. And so a lot of it was just trying to fix myself and not be in pain. And I think that that's where a lot of alcoholics are, is that they don't know how to get out of the cycle of trying to fix themselves. I didn't finish college because I was doing poorly. I lost friendships because I would be drunk and get into a fight with one of my friends over something stupid, and say things that I would never say, do things I would never do. I just lost a lot of friendships because of that.
Alcoholism is responsible for more family problems than any other single cause. In the life of an alcoholic, the drinking takes more importance than personal relationships. Children of alcoholics often suffer from symptoms like low self-esteem, guilt, and loneliness.
It was difficult for my family because they were disappointed and not knowing what to do. My biological father is also an alcoholic, so there's the family link, which is really common among alcoholics.
I work with a treatment team here at Share House that includes a case manager, a nurse, and a mental health provider, and then myself. So our nurse works with our clients if they have difficulties with medication management, talking to their physician or other medical provider, and just general any physical health concerns that they might have. The mental health provider may do individual therapy or do presentations or education in a group setting. And then the case manager works with the client to address issues in their recovery environment, like housing, finding employment, working with their probation officer or other external factors or forces. And then I work on the kind of skills building and that approach. Part of the training for an addiction counselor in North Dakota, you have to go through what's called the consortium. And through the consortium, it's a 9-month process during which you're placed at 3 different sites. Share House was the first site that I was placed at. I really loved working here, the people that I worked with. I loved their message and the way they delivered and approached treatment services. So they were one of the few places I applied after completing my training. And here at Share House, there's so much passion and compassion for the field that we're working in. Everybody wants to be here at work and, wants to make a difference in our clients' lives. We take a team approach, and that's something that's really important to me and I think is really valuable for our clients. So I think just the community that we have here at Share House, the people that I work with, and getting to come to work every day with people who love their job and are able to help make a difference in people's lives, no matter how small that might seem to another person. I think Share House tries to help everybody that they can. We have referred people to other agencies because we may feel that their needs might be met better by another agency, or maybe they have some legal charges that would prevent them from seeking services with us due to our policy, and that's more so specifically in our residential setting. We work with our patients based on their individual needs after they've had an initial chemical dependency assessment, which looks at their multidimensional risks from withdrawal to their physical health, to their mental health, emotional health, readiness to change, relapse potential, and then recovery environment. Then we determine what's the most appropriate level of care, and then they go into that group or that program and work with the treatment team.
Definitely seek help. Whether seeking that help is going and talking to someone who loves you and having them help you, because sometimes you're in such a pit that you're not going to be calling around town looking for places to go. You might need somebody to help you. So, talking to somebody that cares about you. And if you don't have anybody that cares, that happens too. You can go to any, you could go to Prairie, you could go to Share House, you could come to First Lutheran and talk to me and find somebody who can help you. And not to give up either. There were so many times that I, thought I would never be able to beat it and I would never be happy in life again, really. If you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be a parish nurse, I would have laughed. I would have just said, you got the wrong girl. But it is possible, and you can do it, and it's not hopeless, no matter how deep in you are. Even if you have to go and be hospitalized for medical detox and then go. It gets to that point where you could have a seizure and, be in serious in need of medical attention. And a lot of people want to avoid that by continuing to drink. But even just walking into the ER and saying, I need detox treatment, they will get you the help that you need to come off of the alcohol without, in the least uncomfortable way. And just talking to people. I know it's scary. People always fear judgment. Nobody wants to be an alcoholic. It sounds bad. And so it's hard to talk to people about it. It's hard to admit that there's something wrong with you. Nobody wants to admit that there's something wrong with them. Everybody wants to portray that they're perfect and that they've got their life together. And I think that that's a big part of it, is talking about it in places like church, so that, people know it's okay. I'm not going to think less of you. I'm not going to judge you. And in the 9 years that I've been sober, not once have I told somebody I'm an alcoholic and had a bad response. Every time I've told someone, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. Or they're like, oh my gosh, this person that I know is going through that right now, or I'll have somebody call me and want to talk about their spouse, or somebody call me and say, my son is struggling with this. And so I've never had judgment. I've only had compassion and other people wanting help, because it is a huge, huge thing everywhere, but definitely in North Dakota. I don't think you can talk to one person who doesn't know someone that is struggling with alcoholism or has.